I'm Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to today's Money Chat Now interview. In this portion of the show, I take the opportunity to interview interesting people and introduce you to their products, their services, or just their good intentions. Hey, if you'd like to be a guest on my show, you can go to thelarrysteinhouseshow.com/guest. That's thelarrysteinhouseshow.com/guest, and let us know why you want to be interviewed, and we'll see what we can do. All right, let me tell you a little bit about today's guest. So my guest is an award-winning inspirational keynote speaker, executive speaking coach, internationally acclaimed author, and multi-platform media host. She is the co-creator of Amplifluence. Boy, that's a tough thing to say. Amplifluence, 3 pillars to speak, publish, and convert your message. She is also the co-host of Amplifluence podcast and the host of Mental Shift on the New Channel in the Philippines. She is a survivor of multiple life challenges, which include traumatic brain injury and breast cancer. She guides others to recognize their innate gifts, helps them to stop apologizing for what they aren't, and step into who they truly are. She unapologetically amplifies your presence and guides you through the professional speaker process of core message development, and she has an amazing singing voice. I want to welcome to the show, Michele Mras. Hey, Michele, what is going on?
Not much, Larry. I was kind of hoping you would just introduce me as you because you're awesome.
Oh, well, thank you. So now we'll just do the mutual respect. You're awesome.
No, you're awesome.
No, you're awesome.
You got great jackets, though. I tried to match your jacket with my blouse today.
Well, we actually had a guest the other day who I interviewed who actually wore a jacket that almost was the same jacket, and he thought he was impressing me. In fact, we just couldn't tell who each other apart. So I gotta ask you.
Well, thank you for having me on the show, man.
Oh, you're so welcome. So tell me, what is it that what are you really doing? Because you're like, I saw you speak, I heard you sing, and you blew my mind one day. So what are you really doing? What are you trying to accomplish?
Take over the world. No, what I'm really trying to accomplish is helping people pull the veil off of their inadequacies of life and realize that they can do anything they choose to do. I'm a walking example of everything I was told I couldn't do, but yet here I am. And that's really what my overall mission is, to get that word out that you choose your destiny, you choose what you want, you choose, period.
So tell me about that. So you said, that somebody said you couldn't do all the things that you are going to be doing now. Who told you that?
Doctors, family, friends, people closer to me who would have known better, people who knew the old me and said, no, you aren't that kind of person, that.
So I know you for a very short time, and I can't imagine there was ever a Michele that wasn't outgoing, wasn't an extrovert, wasn't take over the world kind of person. So tell me who Michele was before that.
Michele, before the accident, she's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus and America too. I mean, that I did everything I thought was the right way to be. I was the good wife, the good military wife, the good daughter, the good mom. I was the one who was the one who made cookies and brought them to the school all the time. I was at every PTO meeting. I did what I was supposed to do. And I was very focused on what I was supposed to be as a good mom and military wife. And it wasn't until after my car accident in 2014 and getting myself out of my brain injury and all that I was told, you have a brain injury. You won't be able to talk. You won't be able to do this. You're not going to be able to drop all that weight you put on. You're not going to. It's just human nature. You're 50 years old. Women they gain weight. They don't lose weight at 50. So all these things like that. And now you've met the me.
Right.
No, you've met the me. And don't tell me what I can't do. Actually, the biggest blessing that ever happened to me were all the people who told me I couldn't do something because I proved them wrong. It's my nature.
Okay, wait. So
that's how you get to me.
Are you suggesting that somebody have a car accident, have a brain injury, and that will solve all their problems?
I would hope not. No. My suggestion is, listen to me, because I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt, didn't want the t-shirt, but learned a lot from that experience that I'm articulate enough as an executive speaker and coach. I help other people get their words out. So I'm very good at getting my words out about the exact experiences of what I went through to become this woman I am today. So what I do is I train other people on what I went through on my own. I have a book called It's Not Luck, Overcoming You. But I help people through that mental block of what we think we can't do and what we already know how to do. We just don't realize we do.
So what can we do that we don't know we can do? What can I do that I don't know I can do? Now I realize I'm pretty flamboyant and I'm pretty much of an extrovert.
You can sing.
But what else can I do that I can't do? You think I can sing?
I think you can do anything you want. And see, and that's what I train with people when I'm coaching is what do you want? What's the wildest dream? What do you wish you could have done?
Well, that's interesting because, so I think as coaches, because I'm a coach too, I think as coaches, we find that as an interesting question. We say, hey, what do you want? What do you want to do? What do you want to be I always make the joke, what do you want to be when you grow up, right? Most people can't answer that question.
Yeah.
And that is the toughest thing that I have to deal with when I'm coaching somebody. What do you want? I don't know, I want $1 million. And then the next question is, why?
Why?
And they can't answer that question.
And see, and that's what I dig. It's as a coach, we dig down to the why.
Sure.
The whole purpose of everything that you do is the why. Well, my why was, before it was to be a good mom. And that wasn't a big enough why.
Well,
that
was
wasn't
that
a big
the
enough
why,
why.
or was it just that's all you knew?
It's all I knew.
Yeah.
And so that's why, as a coach now, is coaches, we dig beyond that initial why. Because I want my children to be happy. Why?
Right.
Because I want, and you keep digging till you get to it. And when I ask, like I asked you, what in your wildest dream did you wish you could have done and you've never done it? You haven't even tried. What is it? I said, what usually will clue on to you? What did you really want to be when you were 7 years old?
Well, when I was 7 years old, I wanted to be Captain Kirk.
You wanted to be Captain? Why?
Oh, because Captain Kirk was just cool. He was the coolest guy.
Why?
Why was he cool?
Why was he cool?
Oh, I don't know. He just knew he was good with the women. He was good with the crew. He knew how to handle any situation, and he just did it happily.
He found his own way through whatever situation it was, even when the Federation said it couldn't be done.
That's right. Absolutely. Oh, you were a Star Trek fan too. I love it.
Yes, he thought outside of the box, so much so they called him a rebel, right?
Yes.
So here's the other thing then. What characteristics when you were 7 did you get in trouble for?
Oh, so when I was 7, I was pretty much an introvert, which was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of thought I was supposed to do nothing. I thought I was supposed to go to school and just sit there and fold my hands. And that took me a while to get out of that, actually. But once I did, actually, it took me a while to actually get to the point where at one point I decided I was going to be me, who, as you know, can be very abrasive.
Exactly.
Not to you, but to other people who need it. But wait a minute. I'm
Who
interviewing you.
Who need the wake-up call?
I'm interviewing you. You're not interviewing me in this one. We'll have that chance to flip this around.
You're going to be on my show in a couple of weeks.
I know. I can hardly wait.
The thing is that's what we. But that's what we do.
Right.
You have to drill into the what and the why. What motivated you? You were a very quiet boy who wanted to be a ladies' man who could think outside of the box and do what he wants to do. You grew up. You're still the ladies' man. But you're thinking out of the box and you wake people up.
Right.
Rather jarringly sometimes
from
absolutely. Being in that dang box that we think we're supposed to be in. We do the same thing, but in different ways. I sing it out of you basically, and you do wake up.
Right, exactly. So, all right. So here's a question. So you never spoke before. You never did any speaking before, anything like that before. What got you into speaking?
I did do speaking. I was in Toastmasters. I was a storyteller.
So this was before 2000, before your accident?
Before my accident, I was writing political speeches. I wrote for candidates.
Okay, so no, wait a minute. Okay,
I didn't think...
So it wasn't necessarily the accident that changed you. Maybe it was you looking for something new and you found it through Toastmasters. Is that possible?
No.
All right. So
I
how long
joined
did you go to
Toastmasters
Toastmasters
because
before?
I was in Toastmasters for 5 years, I think, before my car accident.
Okay.
But I was a speaker, as in, I went to Toastmasters because I didn't like small groups. I went to Toastmasters to learn to talk to small groups. I was an auctioneer at the time, so I'm used to big crowds. Crowds don't bother me.
Oh, wait.
I was worried.
Wait. Hold on, because I'm actually confused, and I just want to clarify myself and for the audience. So you were speaking forever then? You were speaking for a really long time before Toastmasters then?
No.
Okay. All right, explain, because I'm so confused. When did you actually start speaking? Like, in
Oh, well, I
public?
started speaking when I was like 9 months old, but
No, I mean in public. I knew you
professionally,
did that, right? In public.
professionally, I was not speaking yet. I joined Toastmasters to make it through interviews.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't go there for crowds because I've never been afraid of a crowd, ever.
Oh, sure, yeah, okay.
So I went to Toastmasters for small groups because I didn't like seeing people's eyeballs. They made me nervous.
Gotcha.
And then I started writing speeches for politicians because I thought, I don't believe I shouldn't be on stage. Other people should be on stage. I need to help their words be clearer. And then it wasn't until after my accident that I realized I'm supposed to be doing a message. I should be on stage, not trying to push it through someone else.
Now I understand, because I was a little confused. Okay, good. No, I just want to clarify that because I was confused. I'm sure the audience was confused. All right, so then you started speaking, and you did a TEDx talk, didn't you? That's pretty impressive.
It was one of the first things I did after my brain injury was a TED talk.
So tell me about that.
About the TEDx?
Well, not necessarily the speech, but tell me about like how you had the opportunity to do that, and why you did it, and how that launched your career. Well, tell me about it. It just sounds like such fascinating stuff.
Okay, well, I did TEDx on accident. When I came out of my brain injury, I was on my computer with this download that I had to speak. My husband found an invite for me and it said, "We invite you to TEDx. Please, come on this date." And I told my husband right back, yes. I said right back, yes, because I'm missing 4 areas of my brain. I'm missing my frontal lobe over my left ear, the back of my head, and my 2 hemispheres were disconnected. So I had a 15-second memory, and I just said, say yes. And so he wrote them back and said, she'll come for the interview, blah, blah, blah. And I went in for an interview. I said something that they all thought was amazing. Good thing we recorded it. And I just kept listening to that recording on replay when they told me they wanted me on stage. And I moved it from short-term memory to long-term memory to do that TEDx. Now, the thing about my TEDx is I did it with a full-blown brain injury. So 15-second memory, and the lights were making me dizzy. So I did my TED Talk, got off the stage, and my husband came to get me off the stage. And the first thing I said was, what did I say? I had to watch my TEDx to know what I said.
Wow. That's pretty impressive in several ways.
Yes, but you've seen me speak on stage.
Absolutely.
I'm not, I speak from my heart, literally. And I really do. I go like you. I go where the passion moves me to speak about. Sure. I'll have something in my head and then I'll work it around it. And I'm magical on stage. I really think one of my superpowers is confining messages to smaller bits so that they can be expanded or contracted. But the other thing is I can move an audience with my voice. And you saw me sing it, but I can speak it too.
Actually, we're going to do this. We're going to take a quick commercial. What? And what we're going to do is when we come back, we're going to actually hear you sing. So let's take a quick commercial. We'll take a break here. And I can't wait to hear you sing and tell us more about the amazing life. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and one of the most misunderstood things in America is money. That's why I've written this book. It's called Money Hacks, because everything you think you know about money is wrong. And I'm telling you, everything you think you know about money is wrong. When you read this book, you will learn things about money that you did not know. You will even learn if money can buy you happiness. I have a full chapter dedicated to that. You're going to definitely want to read that. I talk about how to use other people's money to buy real estate. I talk about how to save more money, and I even talk about how to rebuild your credit score in this book. There are 22 amazing chapters in this book. This book is now available everywhere. It's available on Amazon. It's available on barnesandnoble.com. And you can order this book right now, and you'll have it in 2 days, and you'll start learning things about money that you never knew before. So order the book right now. Go to Amazon, go to barnesandnoble.com, and order the book, Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. This is the interview portion, and we are currently interviewing Michele Mras. Hey, if you'd like to be a guest on this show, please go to thelarrysteinhouseshow.com/guest. That's thelarrysteinhouseshow.com/guest. Hey, tell me why we should interview you, and we'll see what we can do. Let's get back to Michele, because this is fascinating. I'm really enjoying this interview. All right, so now if I was to go through everything I have on you, this interview would probably take 2 hours. So I got to pick something out here that's fascinating me. What is a PhD in entrepreneurial? How do you say it?
Entrepreneurology.
Entrepreneurology. Okay. So you received a PhD
We
in
study-
entrepreneurology in June. What the world is that?
It's a doctorate in entrepreneurship. It's studying the world of entrepreneurship.
Wow,
it's a
that's
whole
impressive.
new lane.
I've
It's
never
only
heard
been
of that
around
before.
for 50 years. It's only been around for 50 years.
Really?
And when I found it, I'm like, out of all the things I do, I'm an entrepreneur. I mean,
Sure.
I would love to be able to train that somehow, to just think of all the years you went through your life not realizing that you were an innovator and that you were trying to do that 9-to-5 job and doing, I hate my life. I cannot stand this desk. It's because we were entrepreneurs and we didn't know. Now we have an entire segment of studying entrepreneurship. So those of us who are out there who get sick and crazy at desk and can't handle that other people telling us what to do all the time, when we think outside of the box, you're an entrepreneur. Let's guide you.
I know. I'm so happy I'm an entrepreneur too, because I can't stand sitting at a desk. I'm leaving. I guess I can.
No, we choose this desk.
Oh, is that
we chose this desk.
This is the desk I chose?
Yes.
Okay. Did I choose this
Yeah.
jacket too and all? All right.
Yes,
I like it.
I'm
Okay,
pretty
cool.
sure you did.
So you got to have some
Yeah.
incredible drive. Like, I mean, I wake up in the morning at 3:30 in the morning. I start my show. I do my show at 3:30 in the morning. Like, I don't do the show at 3:30. I write the show. I do. So what is your life like as an entrepreneur, singer, speaker, crazy person like me?
I wake up I sleep in a little bit because I don't go to sleep till much later, but I wake up at 5. And then I do my meditation in the morning. I do my little journaling thing, and then I hit the gym by 5:30. I'm at the gym for an hour and a half. Then I come home, take my dear sweet time getting pretty, and then I go on my podcast or I start calling my clients and I do my one-on-ones. But here's the thing about me, I block time. So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, they're mine. I tend to only work on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I took your show on a Monday because it was the only open slot I could find before I took off flying somewhere again.
Wait a minute. You have time off?
Yeah, I schedule it, don't you?
Schedule it? I just every once in a while go, I can't move anymore. I've got to lie down. That's how I get my
schedule
time off.
everything.
What's that?
No, you better block time. I need to talk to you about that.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm a time blocker.
I know you're gonna have to coach me. I think on how to be an entrepreneur because it sounds like I'm doing it wrong.
You're doing it the hard way if you don't have time in for
I
yourself.
do everything the hard way. That's pretty common for me. So I totally get it. All right.
But as I told you, I learned through my brain injury stuff was that I needed to take time off because I'm actually far more productive when I take time off than when I don't. And so I schedule time where I work hard all day long, and then I schedule time where I do what I damn well please on the other times.
And that's smart because I find it every once in a while I'm just like so overwhelmed that I can't even think anymore. And then then I got to interview somebody like you who tells me I'm doing it wrong. So thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
All right. So now you're speaking everywhere. Then you create this coaching program to help people get out of their shell. what is one tip that you can give someone to help them get out of their shell?
One, stop comparing yourself to people. Two, just like our fingerprints, we are all completely unique. There is no way you're going to follow someone else's footsteps and do it exactly like them, and it's going to come out the same way. We are unique because we think uniquely. And when you have a problem or a goal or whatever you have in front of you, the reason you have coaches and mentors and things of that nature is so that they can guide you through your own process to get you to your own goal, not to tell you, this is the way you go. Step 1, step 2, step 3, now you go. No, it's because you say, I really want that. Well, what's the first step you want to do? I don't know. Well, what's the first movement you're going to make? Well, I think I'm going to do this first. Then that's your way. So do it your way. And if you need someone to guide you through it, then hire someone to guide you through it. But only you can do you the way you are supposed to do it. Only you can reach your goal. And that's my advice. Get out of your own way. Stop questioning yourself and move.
You know, it's funny because same thing. I mean, as a coach, I hit the same thing. I hit the same roadblocks with people that I'm trying to help, and so far we covered. It's funny, we covered the fact that people don't know what they want, and people don't know what to do about what they want. And you are absolutely correct. They just have to decide. Look, it's time. Enough already. Stop being a doormat, or stop being the person who thinks they're never going to reach their goals. Start thinking of your goals and start making those goals happen. I agree 100%. It's fantastic. So, all right, now I have a question for you. When did you start singing?
I've been singing a lot all my life, but I was told I couldn't sing. And so I only sang to my children. And so I would sing all those Disney songs to my children. And then when they were in high school, they used to bring their friends over. In college, they started bringing their friends over again. And I'm like, why do you bring your friends over? Oh, because I told them that you can sing. And so I would stand there and sing Disney songs to my kids' friends. And they're like, wow, you sound like they're copying you. It's like your song.
Wow.
And then when I was in my brain injury, when I couldn't speak for that 2 years and 3 months, I couldn't say, I like water. My brain wouldn't do it.
Wow.
I would do. But if I said, I'd like water, please, it came out clear.
Oh, wow.
So I learned in my brain injury.
It actually became the only way to communicate with singing. That's pretty well. Okay, well, so I could become a world-class singer too if my brain said the only way I can communicate is singing.
Well, I think it's the neurologist said it was something like, stutters. There was a really famous country singer who was a stutterer, but he sang like a nightingale. Oh my gosh, he was beautiful. It's the same thing. It was something about my brain. It didn't want to speak, but if I sang, it would link it.
It was Jan and Dean, so I think it was. I can't remember, but Jan and Dean was the band, and he had gotten into a car accident, and he couldn't sing anymore. He couldn't speak anymore, and then he could only sing after a while. But I can't remember his last name, but that's interesting. All right, so real quick, we got a few minutes. You've got 14 books out, is that right?
Well, I'm in collaboration books, and I've got 4 of my own books.
So real quick, tell me about your own books.
Well, the first one is Eat, Drink, and Be Merry. It was based off my TED Talk. Oh, cool. And it's Mary, M-A-R-Y, A Glimpse into a Life Well Lived. It was the day that I went out onto that stage, apparently, and told the world, I am not living my life vicariously. I'm not just going to live it. I'm going to plan it. I'm going to choose it. And I declared it to the world on my TEDx, and I did it. So my TEDx, I told you I was 389 pounds around then, and now I'm not.
I forgot to
declared
mention
it, did it.
You lost a little bit of weight, didn't you?
Yeah. So if they go to my TEDx, they're going to do, who is that woman? Why is her mother up there? And no, funny. It's me. It was me up there telling the world, you have to have a plan, but be flexible on getting there. Enjoy the dessert, eat dessert first. Life is one giant dessert. So go enjoy life and stop feeling sorry for yourself, basically.
So you're the third one was officially the woman that every woman hates.
Kind of.
You've lost all the weight. You became a famous singer. You became a famous speaker, and you're bubbly and happy. And let me guess, your marriage is perfect too.
Kinda.
Yeah, it figures. All right, so all you women out there, just understand that. Yeah,
Don't hate me. Don't hate me. And then I wrote a book called It's Not Luck Overcoming You. I wonder if you can see that. It's Not Luck Overcoming You. Because when I started traveling the world, people are like, you're so lucky you're traveling the world and doing what you want to do. This isn't luck. This is the crab crawling out of the bucket and not letting people pull my legs off. I crawled out of that bucket and I'm going to keep crawling out of that bucket. You want to crawl out the bucket too? Follow me. That's
All
what
right, so
It's Not
speaking
Luck
of
is
following
about.
you, how can people get a hold of you?
My name, it's so easy. Michele with 2 L's, Mras. So MichelleMras, Michele, Mr. As. And everything you could ever find or need about me is on that website. Why? Because I have a short attention span and I don't want to be able to look for things that I have. It's all on the same page. I click there and I find my own stuff. So you can find my own stuff that way.
Cool. MichelleMoraz.com, correct?
Yep, everything.
Okay, now,
and my YouTubes, you name it.
I'm giving you 30 seconds to sing for us because I can't wait to hear it.
I'll build a stairway to paradise with a new step every day. I'm gonna get there in the price. Stand aside, I'm on my way. Do you like that?
I like it, but Zoom did not do it justice. I have to tell you, I'm listening to it, and I
Oh,
know your
yeah,
voice,
it's
but,
not the
but
same.
the microphone and the Zoom just couldn't do it. So you are phenomenal.
It
All
can't
right.
handle it.
All right. What's that?
It can't handle it. My voice is
No,
big.
you absolutely can't. All right, we only got a couple of seconds, so I got to say goodbye, Michele. Thank you so much. I totally appreciate you. And, of course, I want to thank everybody else for watching the show. My name is Larry Steinhouse. I am the host of Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is live every morning at 7:30 a.m., and you can find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, of course, you can go to thelarrysteinhouseshow.com/guest. That's thelarrysteinhouseshow.com. Let us know why you want to be interviewed. And we hope you enjoyed today's interview with Michele Mras. I know I did. It was a lot of fun. We hope you will tune in again. And, of course, make it a profitable day.